Welcome to Should You back Arydia and Xia or should you not? I'm still not sure if I should back or not. But let's go over some of the obvious things and then dive into the details. And that would give you a better decision um, list. So let's go first into the campaign. Campaign is closing on November the 13th, so it's quite a short call because it's now the 6th. The first thing to notice is that Arydia does not have a pedigree, and there are some elements from the previous product from Cody and Ira from who made Xia, and that is the D20. And also some parts of Arydia are hex based. But that's about it. So they don't have much experience in writing RPG-ish games. So you could, just like to draw an example with a lens of Galzyr, you could expect some simple stories. Now, the community, there are 11,000 people backing this, and for my own country there are over 250 backers. If you take the estimate that 1% of all those people wouldn't like the game, but they backed it, got a box, and then were thinking how to sell it, then for sure you can buy it on the secondary market, but probably at the same cost. So that's $250 including shipping. Not the 165, but as a secondary market backer, you are also expected to pay a part of the shipping. The first is no pedigree. The second is you can buy it second hand. The third is that the game is much more complex than you think. So to summarize, we're going into the nitty-gritty details. So we have the rulebook. I printed it out because I like to have more knowledge for deciding. So you have the quick start guide, you have the paths, so the path of arcana, the path of inspiration, the path of light, the path of shadow, wandering, valor. These are great, but reading this, we're talking about 40 pages here. Reading this took me 2 evenings and a Sunday morning, and it is not that straightforward. To point out, during your adventuring, the adventuring part isn't really that hard to understand. You have these different levels. When you pass an hexagon, draw a travel card. But the thing is, first of all, that there is skills. Let's put it here. The skills have three aspects. So one is the matrix itself. Second is the requirements. The third is the requirements for mastering. And each cell tells you what specific things during combat you have to master. It's hard to read, but I made the rule book a little bit bigger, so we're looking at this stuff. So to master as an action, you spend one orange cube on its side, two orange cubes on its side, and a green thing. There are a lot of icons. So, for example, here, and this is called Marshal for the Path of Valor. So you have different skill matrix. This is fixed, so different skill matrix per character. Now, to master as a reaction, when an exile is attacked, spend 3 orange cubes on the side and purple, a pink thing. There is no traditional iconography list. So let's talk about the build of the guys first. There is not really an iconography list for every icon, what the pink icon means, what the green icon means, etc. There are scattered throughout the rulebook several parts, but they are not referenced by name. So this is the first and last time that you see heart is hit points, blue drop is mana points, and a green fleshy thing is stamina points. So for the rest of the things, the rest of the manual, even if you are referencing after a while, you only see things like this. So one water thing and one and two orange cubes on the side. It would be better if everything was appended with hit points, mana points, stamina points, etc. in the rule book. So that was it took. If you are not reading the entirety, so several hours for 40 pages, then you might forget something. So here is the pink ribbon thing, or it's like a candy, a piece of candy. So pink is experience points. Now, how do experience points work? Because you see here that there is a skill tree, and for when you level up, you learn one skill when you meet all the prerequisites. But you can't use it yet because you have to meet the requirements, as I just said. Now, how much pink ribbons do you need to level up? That is explained in this sheet. You have to make copies, of course. So it's more or less Green Legacy, but this is easy to create for yourself. And you see here the level, which is the second row. For a character to advance a level, from 10 to 15, for example, you need 5 pink ribbons. These pink ribbons are kept track of in the XP thing, the XP pink ribbon that's kept here. There is also notice the round bubbly things here. There is also this bar with like a staircase. I don't see the connection yet, but that is. So it's multiple steps that interact with each other. The other thing is combat. Of course, you have all these cards. Uh, the, um, the part, a short point notice here is that the cards they have different states, but some cards you have to rotate, and sometimes map parts are explored or fully explored, partly explored or not explored, and you have to make some kind of notation for that. Because if you go back, then certain points of interest will not be available anymore, even though they are still printed on the map. Okay, so that is something that people are, I think, underestimating. The thing about combat is several pages here. It's well explained, but for but there are, how do you say, there are first of all different types of combat. So there is ranged, melee, and spell like, and the types of terrain are single white dash, double white dash, black dash line, solid white line, and solid black line implied. They have, as you can see, different. They allow or disallow certain things. So when you are in combat, you can change your weapon, but you have to know this in order to make a plan. Where was the thing that I wanted to show? There are three types of enemies. There is the one cell thing, so like the dummy here. The that has an attack pattern. For example, here from itself, skip 1x and then do the target. So if it stands next to you, it cannot attack. So and it will move intelligently.